Hello everyone, welcome back again to Liverpool Report today. We've got the latest updates on our beloved club Liverpool, but before we dive in, make sure to subscribe so you never miss a moment of Liverpool Report news. Let's get started. Liverpool are on the brink of smashing the British transfer record as they intensify efforts to sign Bayer Leverkusen's midfield maestro, Florian Wirtz. The Reds have tabled a staggering £113 million bid, £100 up front and 13 million in add-ons, but still trail the German club's £126 million valuation. With Wirtz making it clear that Anfield is his only destination of choice, and Manchester City backing out of the race, Liverpool are confident a deal can be reached. Talks are ongoing, with the player ready to fly in for a medical after Germany's Nations League third-place playoff. Boss Arne Slot believes Wirtz is the creative force Liverpool need to maintain their Premier League dominance and mount a serious Champions League challenge. Liverpool have submitted a new offer to Bayer Leverkusen for Florian Wirtz, but are still below the German club's valuation of the player. The bid totals £113 million with £100 initially and a further £13 million in add-ons. It would be a British transfer record, eclipsing the £107 that Chelsea splashed out on Enzo Fernandez back in 2023. But Bayer Leverkusen believe the German star is worth £126 million or £150 million. Talks are continuing between the clubs and will go on through the weekend. Liverpool do not want to pay the full asking price the Bundesliga side are looking for and are hoping to strike a compromise. Wirtz, 22, has made it clear to his club that he only wants to move to Anfield after Manchester City opted out of the race for his signature when it became clear his preference was Merseyside. Liverpool do not want to pay the full asking price the Bundesliga side are looking for and are hoping to strike a compromise. Wirtz, 22, has made it clear to his club that he only wants to move to Anfield after Manchester City opted out of the race for his signature when it became clear his preference was Merseyside. Boss Arne Slot sees Wirtz as a player who can push Liverpool forward as they bid to defend the Premier League title and go for glory in the Champions League. He's seen as a talent who can make an instant impact, but with the potential to become even better over the coming years. Personal terms won't be an issue once a fee is agreed, and the player is waiting for the green light to head to Liverpool for a medical next week after Germany face France in the Nations League third-place playoff on Sunday. Rudi Völler, the former Leverkusen sporting director, speculated that progress on a deal was being made earlier this week. It's no secret that he'd like to go to Liverpool, Völler told DAZN. I know the clubs are negotiating with each other, but with transfers like this, it's often the case that it takes a while until an agreement is finally reached. Of course, in the end, you have the feeling it will go through. Florian Wirtz has proven that he is a very, very valuable player, not only for Bayer Leverkusen, but also for the national team. That's why he costs a few euros more. Federico Chiesa's first season in Liverpool Red may not have gone to plan, but the story isn't over yet. With just 14 appearances and limited minutes, many assumed the Italian winger was headed for a swift return to Serie A. But Chiesa has thrown a curveball, admitting he wouldn't mind staying at Liverpool at all. In a heartfelt interview, the 27-year-old opened up about the challenges of adapting to the Premier League, battling injury setbacks and competing against one of the world's best in Mohamed Salah. Yet through it all, Chiesa remains grateful for the experience and eager for what's next. With a sit-down planned between his agent, family and the club, could a Liverpool comeback be on the cards? Despite a challenging first season with Liverpool, Federico Chiesa remains open to continuing his stint at Anfield. The Italian winger only made 14 appearances during his maiden Reds campaign, with 10 of those coming from the bench. Although Chiesa bagged a Premier League winners' medal, he had limited time on the pitch, with his sole start coming in a largely ceremonial match at Brighton and Hove Albion, with the title already in the bag. The 27-year-old has been persistently linked with a move back to Serie A, and Chiesa hinted earlier this week that an Italian homecoming might be an option in the upcoming transfer window. However, in a new interview, the Italian has expressed contentment at the prospect of remaining on Merseyside, reflecting positively on his decision to move to Liverpool. The year is over, but it's an experience I would do again, Chiesa told Corriere dello Sport via the Liverpool Echo. Soon I will sit down at the table with the club, my agent Fali Ramadani and my family to find the best solution. I wouldn't mind staying in Liverpool at all. The Italian transferred from Juventus to Liverpool last August for an initial fee of $10 million after being pushed aside by the Italian heavyweights. Although joining Liverpool came with its hurdles, including injury and fitness woes during the early season, Chiesa seems ready to discuss his future with optimism. The Italian star openly expressed his frustration about not getting enough game time, but was quick to avoid criticising Arneslot for his selection decisions, acknowledging that a player has to accept such scenarios as part of the profession. You accept the choices as a professional and you move on, he said, reflecting on his challenging adaptation period after joining Liverpool. In the first few months, there were many difficulties. Admitting to the stark transition, he added, "If you think that I arrived in Liverpool on August 26th and found myself catapulted to another planet with other teammates without having trained with them, but with a trainer, no friendlies, nothing. And if you remember, in the autumn, Liverpool were going 3 times as fast as the others, an incredible intensity. Up until the match against PSG, Liverpool was ahead of everyone, in the semi-final of Carabao and among the favourites in the Champions League, which PSG won. Could I start to discuss the choices of Slot, who has always been very respectful towards me, as well as the club? I was up against the Ballon d'Or, or one of the candidates for the award in Mohamed Salah. On the left, there were Luis Diaz and Cody Gakpo. Slot also made me play as a 9. It was Max Allegri who changed my position, suggesting that I move to a second striker to score more, and I scored my goals. The desire to play was there. I put it aside. I understood the situation. I put aside every form of individualism. Liverpool are closing in on one of the biggest transfer coups of the summer, with Florian Wirtz set to snub both Real Madrid and Bayern Munich in favour of a move to Anfield. The Bayer Leverkusen sensation, who bagged 34 goals across 2 seasons and inspired the club's historic Bundesliga and German Cup double, has made it clear he wants to wear red next. Former Germany boss Joachim Löw admitted he expected Wirtz to follow his manager Xabi Alonso to Madrid, citing their deep bond. But despite that connection, the Premier League champions have leapfrogged the competition. Liverpool have had multiple bids rejected, but remain in talks with Leverkusen, who are holding firm at a 126 millionismer valuation. With Pep Guardiola's City already backing out and Bayern not expected to re-enter the race, the path seems wide open. Former Liverpool star Dietmar Hamann says Wirtz is making the right decision, and with Arneslot building a new era at Anfield, Wirtz could be the crown jewel of a fresh attacking force. Former Germany boss Joachim Löw felt that Xabi Alonso made Real Madrid the favourites to sign Florian Wirtz if he did choose to leave Bayer Leverkusen, but Liverpool are the team leading the race for his signature. The German playmaker has been heavily linked with the exit door at the Bay Arena as a number of Europe's biggest clubs circle. Originally Manchester City, Liverpool and Bayern Munich all expressed their interest before Pep Guardiola's side backed out. Wirtz looks to have decided that he'd rather move to Anfield as opposed to the Allianz Arena, with the Reds already seeing several bids rejected. Real were then credited with an interest in the player amid reports they could hijack his move to Anfield. Their focus has been on landing a new manager, and Los Blancos have appointed Alonso, their former player, as their latest boss. But despite his relationship with Wirtz, Liverpool remain on the brink of his transfer. The ex-Germany head coach told Bild, "I just thought he'd be more likely to choose Real Madrid if he went abroad. He has developed enormously under him, Alonso, and they have a great relationship of trust. That's very important for a young player. Nevertheless, I have no concerns that Wirtz will prevail, no matter where he would have gone. He plays with a naturalness that can't be coached. He possesses all the skills a footballer needs to be a world-class player." Wirtz and Alonso were 2 of the leading figure as Leverkusen stunned the German establishment by winning the Bundesliga last season. They also claimed the German Cup, with their playmaker scoring 34 times across the last 2 seasons. But the Black and Reds have seen a number of their major names depart this summer, Jeremiafrimpong among them. Löw claimed that a switch to Bayern would have been a good fit for Wirtz, but the Bavarians don't look set to battle for the 22-year-old, leaving Liverpool free to pursue him should they eventually agree on a price with Leverkusen, who are holding out for 126 million before they agree to his exit. The former Germany boss claimed Liverpool is a real statement because moving to the Premier League also involves a lot of adaptation, and that starts with the rhythm of the game. But Florian Wirtz has no upper limit. He's definitely ready for the next step. We've had that feeling for a long time. Ex-Liverpool and Germany midfielder Dietmar Hamann praised Wirtz for sticking with his decision to join the Premier League champions, despite interest from elsewhere. "Florian Wirtz has made a decision. I believe it's the right one," Hamann told Sky Sports Germany. "Things are really happening at Liverpool under Arneslot. They'll sign or want to sign 2 or 3 other players, from what I hear. That's why I think Wirtz has made a very good decision."